Hello, this is a quick one. I just wanted to show something that I just built, which I found amazingly easy, and it's just wonderful that we can do these things nowadays. So these are the results from a survey that I've done about like what kind of platforms web developers or developers are actually targeting when they're building things for mobile. And I got all this data there in a data table, and I thought it would be fun to turn this into a chart so you can compare the things more in detail rather than having to go through the numbers. And I built this one here quickly with a few lines of JavaScript actually. So now you got these bar charts here that allow you to say the must-have, the supported, sometimes, and so on and so forth. So these are actually now just divs in there or spans with a gradient background, and I'm using transitions in CSS to actually do these transitions between the different states. And it's not much, but actually I found myself clicking through that a lot of time and going, ooh. And if you right-click them and actually just look in the inspection, you will find that all that is just a div with a span inside. So that works in all kind of browsers, and it should be okay with falling back to other browsers as well. Because if you don't have any of these gradients, you just get a background color and you just have a full bar chart, which is interesting all in all. The thing is, though, there's an HTML element that actually supports that kind of technology, and that's called meter. So what I've done here as well, I actually wanted to see what browsers support that and use a meter, or in this case, use a progress element if the browser supports it, because Firefox doesn't support the meter element yet. The meter element is that one that would say this is that much of a full scale, and the progress is actually not for that, but it's quite fun to see that progress does the same functionality and actually looks quite fun if you use it that way. So if you use the same thing in Chrome, you can actually get the bar chart here as well, or if you do the check support, you actually get the meter elements, and instead of just having the bar charts, you have a native meter control. The thing that I didn't find is how to animate these meter controls without doing it through JavaScript and actually putting the different values in. So you don't have the benefit of having the animated charts, but it's quite fun to see how easy that is nowadays. So if you take a look at the source code online, you find out that it's just a few lines of JavaScript here that basically turn the data table into a big hash table or data hash, and then just write out the bar charts. And if it's real meter or progress, I just have to change a value, and if it's not, then I have to just write out a div and change the width of it and do a bit of math to make sure that it's the right data. The HTML is just the data table itself, and in the styles there's a few animations, transitions, and actually just a few linear gradients, and that's how the whole thing is done. It's pretty incredible what you can do with a browser nowadays just with a few lines of code, and it would be interesting to try something like that for yourself instead of just using another chart system that might be heavy-handed and you don't need it, or God forbid, a flash control for that.